Hi everyone. So for the next section for today's course is you have to do your homework with an examples for the credit data set we have talked about last week. So let me explain how to use the data set in UCI. Okay, so let us go back to the website, the Chrome browser. Let us go to the UCI machine learning database. If you don't know how to go to the UCI dataset, you just to type the UCI dataset. Okay, so you will find this website. And the data we are going to deal with is we have talking about is the German credit data set. Okay, data set. Okay, search. So you may find the first one. Okay, let me explain more about the data set since we have mentioned this data set last week. So this data set, so each for the data set in UCI, they always has two websites. One is the data set description web page, and the other is data folder, which is the data set you can download your data. Okay, so let us go back to the data set description. So for the German credit data, is the abstract for this data set is to classify people described by a set of attributes, and then it turned out to this customer, these people is with good or bad credit risk, because the company, because the bank have take the risk for their customers. They all expect the customer should be good credit, but not all customers are with good credit. So how many instances for this data set? There are 1,000 instances. It's 1,000 observations, and with 21 attributes. And you may see the rest of the attribute information here. So let me have a quick review for the attribute for each variables. For the attribute 1 is the status of existing checking account. So the checking account, if the status is A11, it means the checking account amount for the people is less than 0. Maybe it's nothing. If A13, it means it's a salary assignment for at least 1 year. And the balance for this checking account is more than 200 mark. So because it's a Germany bank, so the currency is marker. For the A14, it means no checking account. Okay, it's time for you to take a look at all the attributes. If you don't know exactly the meaning in English, you may translate to Chinese. Okay, so for the second attribute is duration in months. So how long does this customers save doing the business with your bank? So it's calculated by months. 4 months, 2 years, okay? Credit history. So please to read all the labels, category for each attribute. Purpose, the loan, for purpose. So you maybe have a car loan, 贷款, maybe education, 学贷. Credit amount, what is the credit amount? Saving account. The first one is checking account. So this one is saving account, 储蓄存款. Present employee. So how long have you been working? So you have been working for 2 years, 3 years, or maybe you more than 7 years. Okay, so you have to take a look at each variables. Okay, so next we are going to download the data set for you. So last week we have downloaded the 3 files, right? Okay, so let us download 3 files here. So it's data, German.data. Okay, so save. Okay, so right now it's okay. The download process is done. Okay, so let us go back to Rattle. Can we import the data set we just download? Okay, go back to the data here. Since the first section we downloaded, we used the data set in RStudio. But right now we are going to import the data set which we just download from internet, not from RStudio. So let us to choose the first one, the source. Where is your data set source? Since the files, right? Okay, so please go to the directory. So let us download. Where is the download? Okay, so never mind. So let me to copy the data set. To copy. Copy. To the desktop. You may have a take a look at what is the content for this. We use 记事本 notepad to read. Okay, so you may find 1,000 observations here without header, right? Without header. So next homework is you have to add the header for each column. And it's separated by space, white space, 空白. Okay? So let us go back to Rattles. here. Okay, so fire, the source is fire, and let us go back to find the source. Basically, it will be the CSV file, but we see that this data set is not come with a CSV. So you may see all files. All files you can see here. This one. Open. Hopefully it can work. Okay, when you down the process, so you just to execute. Okay, contain only one single column. Okay, so we make a mistake because the splitter is not a comma, right? 不是逗点, not comma. It's a split is a white space. You just replace the comma with a space here. Okay, space. Don't forget to type a space here. Re-execute the function again. Okay, so you got the data in, but we also make a mistake again because we just take a look at there are no headers for each one, right? So we have to uncheck this one because it comes without a header. Okay, so let us re-execute. Not partition, unclick and re-execute. Let me to. Okay, so re-execute. No variables. Let's do it again. So let us try it again. Source, this one, space, right? Space, header, no header, not partition. Okay, so it works. If you can process your process correctly, so you have to re-execute. So right now the variable is generated by the system. It will be v1, v2, all the way to v721. So my homework for today is first you have to add the variable name for each one, and according to attribute information here. So you may change the first attribute as checking account. So you may have the variable here, checking account, but not with a space. Okay, so and I have mentioned last time. Okay, so when you import the data set from your files, so you have to do the same way as I did for the previous section to make some explore of your data to check the summary. Okay, so you may see the summary for each variables. So it's easier, right? What about distribution? Distribution, it only shows the numerical functions. So if you have the variable name, it will be easier for you to read pairs. Because it's 1,000 observations, it may take some time. Okay, so let's go back to RStudio. Okay, so you may see the variable distribution. Okay, so it's clear. So you may check the box plot, histogram as I did in the preview video. You also can see to check the correlation for each variable, for each numerical variables. So you can see the correlation for each one. Okay, so it's our homework for today's course. So how do you hand in your homework? So please have the result diagram for each one and copy to your PPT file or maybe your Word file. How to copy the diagram for each one is clear. So here is an explore function here. So you may copy to clipboard or you make it save as an image. Okay, it's clear. So that's all for this week course. So it's a very good GUI tool which called Rattle for your data analytics. Okay, see you guys next week.